Hello, everyone. Today we have the privilege to be talking kindness with one of San Diego's favorite people, Makeda Dread. Makeda is widely known for her dedication to kindness and unity. For over 25 years, she has brought San Diego music from all corners of the world with her radio show, Reggae Makossa, and by hosting/producing a multitude of legendary musical events, concerts, and festivals. With the goal of creating unity within diversity, she has introduced cultural education through music, art, dance, multimedia arts, education, and STEAM research at the World Beat Center in Balboa Park. Makeda has won more than a few awards for her leadership and community building efforts and was recognized by the Women's Museum of California as a cultural competent bridge builder. And in 2012, she was inducted into the San Diego County Women's Hall of Fame. Makeda, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today. Before we get started with the questions, is there anything you'd like to add that I may have missed?
I'm pretty good at interviews, but I wanted to, cry because I'm so proud of you. And we have the World Beat Cultural Center, and what we're doing is concentrating on children and outdoor programs. So we're have outdoor classrooms going, and that is so important that the youth and urban youth get outdoors. And so that's some of the new things that I'm doing is outdoor classrooms.
Well, the outdoors is very important. Just looking out at nature can definitely help you feel motivated to be kinder. So first, I wanted to start off by saying my dad has talked a lot about you prior to the Balboa World Beat Center and all that you were doing to promote reggae music and unity even back then. Can you let everyone know what got you started on this amazing journey and how important kindness has been?
Well, I met Bob Marley. And when I met Bob, I started following him around because after a while, coming out of a whole nother era in the 60s, it was about peace and love. And then we started getting kind of angry because, things were, in marches, we were being beat up and peace and love seemed like we need to go on another level with this. So I kind of got into more of activist things and more angry. But then I met Bob Marley and reggae music, and it was about peace and love for everyone that is on this planet. And I learned through Bob and the Native American Indians. Tim Redbird was my teacher. I started doing sweat lodges and understanding about the earth and the balance of the earth and all my relations and all colors are one people. And then I read His Imperial Majesty, Haile Selassie, Jah Rastafari's members of a new race. And I realized that we had to be members of a new race. The new race is not so new, but it's the human race.
Wow. Just the fact that you knew Bob Marley just kind of blows my mind. That is definitely very inspiring. So the next question is, the World Beat Center shows kindness through music, dance, art, and cultural education. It also focuses on the building of community, as well as kindness to the earth. This all started with a dream of yours. I'd love to know your thoughts on how all of this has affected those who have visited the center.
Well, World Beat Center is about kindness, and it's the mothership. It's a mothership, and it welcomes all people. So you get to learn about different races, so-called races, different races of people. You come in and you get to study about it. And that's kindness when you don't have separation. Bob Marley says, His Imperial Majesty actually, and Bob Marley sings it in war. And that's until the color of a man's eyes have no significance than the color of the skin. If there's, there'll be war. So there should be no division. So the World Beat Center is for everyone to come in, and learn about culture and eat foods from different cultures. It's just because people don't know about each other. So it's so important to travel like you have. Once you travel, you see the people, you see um, what they're eating, and you learn about culture. And that's what World Beat Center is about, culture. In case you cannot travel and you don't have the money, or you don't understand, you get to come in and you learn about Kwanzaa. First day of Kwanzaa is unity, umoja. And the second day is Kujichagulia, self-determination, to define for yourself and to know yourself and who you are and where you're going. So it gives us that strength. It gives the visitors from another country or another part of the United States, say in a southern state where you don't see African Americans like us in San Diego or in California, you know, that you 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 usually don't see that, something like the World Beat Center in these other states. So the World Beat Center is on a high level of consciousness. It's about, again, it's about all of us, all of we, you know? And so that's what it's doing to promote kindness is compassion. Compassion for all people on this planet. Compassion and humility, and that's what we have to be. And is very teach compassion and teach peace on this planet.
Yeah, I definitely agree that teaching peace and that we need peace on this planet. I definitely agree with that. And I also agree that traveling can help you to get to know the different cultures and to see different kinds of kindness in a way. I've been able to eat at the One World Beat Cafe multiple times and love the jerk Rasta burger. When I'm there, I see the gate leading to the George Washington Carver Peace Garden. Love the name, but I've never been inside. Can you tell us more about this garden?
Well, you're going to be able to eat inside this garden really soon.
Really?
So that'll be where you will be able to eat. This garden is dedicated to George Washington Carver and Dr. Kwaku Ando, which was an ethnobotanist, and he really admired Dr. Carver. It is a science garden. It's all about a noise sanctuary, being able to be in the urban city and coming into a whole different ecozone. We're working with plant intelligence and plant playing music. So you'll be able to go on our new site that we're putting together, website, and go in and you can see plants and you can hear plants playing music. We teach kids, we take them out there, urban kids, about birding, and to look up and get off their phones and look up and see what the different birds are and how the bird really contributes to our ecosystem. We show them how to plant and eat good food and how bananas are grown. These kids, some of the kids were saying, I go, do you have raise your hand. If anybody has a garden, let me see, raise your hand. Little guy raises his hand. He says, I got a garden. He said, and I go, oh, really? And he goes, yeah, it's growing in my refrigerator. So he thinks the bananas and all the food that he gets is a garden. So we show them about bees. We show them about pollinators. We also have a monarch, refuge here at the World Beat Center, a monarch butterfly. So it's so important to have youth come in. We had it open once, and the people from in the city came. The you know the folks that were just walking around and hanging out came in, and they were smoking in the garden and trash in the garden. So we asked you to ask one of the people that is working, and then we'll take you to the garden because we believe it's a sacred place. So we let the, and we want the kids to be able to be there, and it's definitely a scientific experiment with the garden, because green is so important and trees are so important. So it's important to have a green space. And some of these kids don't have green spaces because of freeways that are just all through their communities, which are hot spots, which are food deserts. And for these kids, it's so important, and for everyone, because you try to teach the parents. You just can't teach the kids without teaching the parents. For these families and communities, it's so important that they eat well so they can live and battle, diseases like COVID or anything that comes up, to bring their immune system up, to know about these plants. And some of them are afraid of ants or some of the June bugs that are flying. So we show them, hey, that's a scarab. Not all spiders are bad. Just different things. Because if they go out and camp and be outdoors, they won't be so afraid, of nature.
Wow. Well, I am super excited to be able to eat inside of the garden. I've never been inside, so that's super exciting.
It's for you.
Yeah. And for everybody else too, because
Yes.
everybody else that hasn't been in there. And I also agree with that green and trees and all that stuff is very important.
That's kindness. That's kindness, being able to take care and be kind to nature and be aware of the birds and the monarchs who are, definitely endangered, and a lot of things that are endangered. So you want to be kind to animals, and that's why I'm kind to animals. That's why I'm a vegan. And one day my mother killed my favorite duck, and I came home from school, and my duck wasn't there to meet me, and she had cooked it, and I tried to die, and everything. And so that was my beginning of being a vegetarian.
Wow, that's really sad. I'm sorry for your duck. But I definitely agree
It's
that.
very sad.
Mm-hmm. I'm curious, what was your duck's name?
Boo.
Well,
his name was Boo. I rescued him from a back in the day they had a little circus going around, and I would pick the ones that were like sick, and then I would nurse him back to health, and he was my little Boo. But I got another one later on, but I always had animals. I always take care of animals, and I was kind to animals. All the other kids used to make fun of me because I always had animals. I had a chicken, pet chicken,
Yeah, I love being kind to the animals too. I'm actually vegetarian, so
yes.
I love being kind to the animals as well. My last question is, I love the mural that Taylor painted of you and the word unity. How important is kindness when striving for unity?
Well, for kindness comes with gratitude. Because if you have gratitude, you can't have an attitude. Gratitude and attitudes. So kindness is, I really feel where the mural is so incredible, because there's a lot of homeless people that are in that area. And I came to look at the mirror. Well, after I came to look at the mural, they said there were homeless people walking by, and they go, "Is that Makeda Dread?" And Taylor said, "Yeah." And they go, "She deserves that." You know, just to know that all those homeless people, because I grew up around that area, knew who I was. And other people, they were saying, that mural should have been downtown, you know, you got, they put this mural, you should have had a better space for that mural. But it was in the right place, because after that, people start gathering around that mural and sleeping around that mural. And that was truly an act of kindness, you know, of Taylor. Uh, just, he studied me, and it was all about love and kindness and DJing. And he had an Egyptian symbol around. So it was all about that. You know, he studied me, and it was one love and oneness. So yes, I'm kindness is the way, you
Yeah.
know, being kind is compassionate. Being kind is sometimes sacrificing so the other person um, can eat before you. I'm the last one to eat. I cook food, but I'm the last one to eat, you know, because I'm just working and I'm serving. Savor. So kindness is savor, you know, which is service. And that's so important that we serve, you know, and that's all about being kind and compassionate, because that's the way we're going to get through this. You know, all the things that are going on. It looks really negative, you know, that's going on. But then there is light. There's a portal of light, and kindness is your key to get through that door, that portal. It's kindness and compassion and humility. So that is your key to get through that portal of light that's there for us. So as long as we're serving man and womankind, you know, that is your key. So service is so incredible to me. It's so, you know, it makes me feel good to be, you know, as an elder, to leave this planet to you, you know, the works that you would carry on that work, you know. And I'm at awe about you, and you bring me humility, and you bring me tears, because when I leave this planet, you're going to be there doing my work of kindness and service. And we feed the homeless too. So thank you very much, my nephew, for all good things that you're doing. You humble me. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. That really yeah, that really touches me. So thank you so much, Makeda. One more thing. Where can people best learn more about you and the great things happening at the World Beat Center?
Well, you can go to worldbeatcenter.org, or our Facebooks, World Beat Center Facebook, or Makeda Dread Instagram, or Makeda Dread at Facebook. We move a lot, and we got a radio station, 24-hour radio station, and it's 101.1 FM. So when you're downtown or driving around town and near Balboa Park, we're pumping out 24 hours of reggae music, but we're going to be putting, you know, different programming from the community. And so I'm also on Fridays, I'm on 102.5 FM.
Makeda, thank you so much for talking kindness with us. It was amazing, and you are an inspiration. And to all you watching, make sure you go follow Makeda Dread, head over to the World Beat Center, and be kind with every chance you get.